Wan'Dale Robinson. We need something from you, man. Darius Slayton, respect. Nothing but respect. That's a real vet right there, man. He doing what needs to be done, and you can always feel comfortable with Darius Slayton. Devin Singletary, keep that ball tight. Don't you dare cough that up. Cam Scatterbo, don't you dare trip on your face. Tyrone Tracy, keep finding them holes and keep hitting them joints. You know what I'm saying? Tight ends, Daniel Bellinger. Welcome back on my Giants supporters. And today we're going to be talking about the 53-man roster. That's right. We had to cut a few that might have hurt a little bit here and there, especially on the tight end side. But we have to sit here and believe that they're making the right decisions. And the key players like Neighbors and whatnot, as long as they healthy, as long as Russ is healthy, as long as the front line is healthy, the starting five is healthy, we are good. Andrew Thomas comes back, we good. Illuminor can stay on the right side, we good. We got things popping, and then we have backups that like Marcus Bowe and whatnot. So the organization is obviously not dumb. So the decisions they made, these are the waived, no recall. Wide receiver Dallin Cambry. Don't remember him, to be honest with you. Defensive lineman Elijah Chapman. Now that was a question, right? Because he was supposed to even possibly play as a fullback as well. And I don't know. I mean, I guess as a fullback, I guess it could have worked because it did work in Philly. But it worked in Philly because everything was working in Philly. So that's not to say that it would have worked here. So Elijah Chapman, and he is a bit small. I mean, for where he's at, he should be a linebacker with his size. But he is fast though. But I don't know. Some of them big boys up front, they big. They're a lot bigger than Chapman. I seen Chapman right next to Dex. Man, it looked like father and son, like I mean, Dex is like damn near twice the size of him. It's crazy. I mean, I understand Dex is one of the biggest humans on earth, but nevertheless though, he still looked a lot smaller than the rest of the players around Dex. So but QB Tommy DeVito, obviously this one another tough. This is not even another tough one. This one's a super tough one because Tommy, I like Tommy. I really did. Like I felt like he had the fight in him and everything. It didn't work out for him, and I feel like it didn't work out for him for the same reason it never worked out for Daniel Jones. And before everybody jumps out the seats and whatnot, I used to believe in Daniel Jones, and honestly, I still do. I think he's gonna do something with the Colts. But before you burn me, before you even shut this off, before you even do none of that crazy stuff, calm down for a second. I'm just saying, let's look at who Daniel Jones had in his quarterback room. He had obviously Eli Manning in the first year. He did great with Shermer. He did his thing. But then Shermer got fired because obviously the team didn't do their thing. I understand a lot of fumbles and whatnot, but that's with the growing pains. He cleaned that up moving forward. But anyways, now change of coaching staff. I'm not sure if the GM changed yet, but it's on the way, on the urge. It's right around the corner basically, and here we go. We get Barkley, right? So in 2020, I don't even remember. The only people I remember that Daniel Jones had was Giraffe Neck, Mike Glennon, right? Horrific. You remember Jake Fromm? Like, can you imagine being in a quarterback room with Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm and Joe Judge as your head coach? I mean, I understand he might be a good special teams coach. He might even be a good head coach. But, bro, you don't bring the fired head coach of the Cowboys. I don't even remember his name, and I know him by his face. I don't want to remember his name. because he came in and he brought in some 1985. I don't even know what he brought. Okay, it was absolutely ugly. I don't remember his name. I know some of you definitely are gonna remember his name, and just let me know in the comment section, because right now I just can't think of his name. But you know his face. You know his face. He was with us for like 2-3 years after he got fired, and well, McCarthy went over there, right? Yeah, so McCarthy went to the Cowboys, and then we took him as our offensive coordinator. I mean, just awful. I think for like 2 years of that, with when you have Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm backing you up, I mean, like, I don't know what you're gonna get. So those are like 4 or 5, well, I would say 3 absolutely wasted years, right? The first year you could say that's growing pains and lessons, but when you switch the head coach, that's everything changes. So yeah, there was no learning from that because you had to move on to the next. So his changes with his coaching staff and the organization itself is already damaging to his career. But on top of that, these weak coaches decide to get Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon. Come on, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? But anyways, we got Tyrod Taylor as soon as they came from Buffalo, right? And did you see that first year with Tyrod Taylor, like a better QB who could come in? He was getting hurt as soon as he came in to replace him, but he just became a better quarterback. He seemed like the quarterback that we seen when Eli was on the team, right? With Daniel Jones. And in between that, before Tyra Taylor and after Eli, that whole span right there, you can't even count that. Were you talking about Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon? Come on. But anyways, I'm not trying to stand up for the kid. You feel me? And I know a lot of people are going to go like, oh, I don't want to do good because then we're going to look bad. Listen, it's not about us looking bad. It's about us winning, okay? Forget looking bad. It couldn't get any badder looking than last year. Last year was horrific. It was one of the worst things that ever happened. To me as a Giants fan, there's no question. And I hate to admit it. I hate to admit it. But for that reason, it's always buck 'em. You know what I mean? So however we gonna get them, we gonna get them. Because, we got more rings anyway. So regardless. I understand you catching up. You ain't caught up yet. So come buck down, son. But anyways, so yeah, that's Daniel Jones. And then the year after that, obviously the most horrendous front line ever after Thomas went down, the 40 zip beat down, all of that. So he fell down with the injury, boom, out for the year. The next year he came back from the injury. First game, with neighbors and all of this. You seen it. The first two, what was it? We was 2-3 or something like that, 2-4. And then we started slipping after Thomas went down once again. Like, who was his backup? Cause the year before he got hurt, so you can't count that year, right? He only played like 4 or 5 games. I mean, anybody playing behind that line was getting killed. Everybody knew that for certain. Everybody was getting murked. Even Barkley was getting murked back there. Sometimes you get the ball just to get tackled by like 2-3, you know, 2-3, 250-pound linebackers. They already made it past the line, the edgers, all of that. But anyways, it all fell apart, obviously last year, and then losing against Carolina and whatnot, and then took him out of here. But if you really look at his stay over here, it just wasn't made for him. It was built for him to lose. So I don't know what the Colts. Maybe at the Colts he's gonna be the same. Maybe he's set up to lose there too. But I just know that the Giants right now are set up to win, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Now, after we got past Daniel Jones, right? Let's get to Russ. Let's get to Jameis Winston. Like, just them two alone. Forget the Rook. I understand the Rook went crazy in the preseason. He's looking great. Dart is throwing darts. We seeing him do everything that we need him to do. I understand. He's great. There's no question about it. But it was only preseason. It was vanilla, as they say. So we haven't seen him in a real game because Daniel Jones looked like one of the best that ever lived in the preseason. His first preseason, he went down the field 5 of 5 with a touchdown, no question. With some bum scrubs too, like there was nothing. So it's different, you know. In the preseason, it's sort of like set up like a theater, so it's not. It's still dangerous. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? It's still a game, and he did well, but it's just you can't. I gotta see all the heroic stuff like during the real season. You know, that preseason, nobody's gonna remember what happened in the preseason. You know, so let's get him to the season, and then we'll talk about Jackson Dart. But just Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, just them two alone, like that presence in the locker room is just. I mean, if Daniel Jones was with them, if Daniel Jones was just with Jameis Winston, let's say, would have been way better than no goddamn Drew Lock. You kidding me? If you could have gotten a Russell Wilson, because if you gotten Russell Wilson wanted to start. That was his biggest thing, right? So he was basically like, like it's either me or him type of scenario. So I could see, okay, so not Russell Wilson, but Jameis Winston we could have had. We could have definitely had him. And Tommy DeVito, those three would have did really well. Not that I'm saying I don't want Russ, okay? We got Russ right now. It's all about Russ, man. Fuck everybody else, you know what I mean? But no, I'm just saying that the locker room has changed completely. So I believe in these guys, you know. Needless to say, and I don't want to get lost all up in there. But anyways, let's continue with the names. But the Giants are looking good, man. And I'm starting to believe in Joe Shane and Dable. I really am. I think they starting to build something. And we're gonna see what happens. But Tommy DeVito, and then tight end Greg Dulcich. You know, that was a big one, but I'm really, really glad they kept Fidone. Fidone is important. Fidone looked like something, but Greg Dulcich, man, he's looking like something too, and he looked like something even with Denver as well. So, I heard he ended up in the Dolphins practice squad, and he's probably gonna make it up there to the 53-man roster because they got Darren Waller. So like his competition is kind of thin over there. So I'm sure he's gonna do great. Defensive lineman Corey Durden. I don't know. Defensive linebacker Trace Ford. He looked good. They said in special team he's helpful there too. Fox is good too. They probably all gonna end up on the practice squad. Elijah Garcia, defensive lineman. We got the center Brian Hudson. We got the guard Jake Cubis. Yeah, that's one of the rookies from earlier, right? So, and then we got the safety Raheem Lane. Lane looked nice, man. I like Lane. He looked pretty good. Juge McTamney, I didn't see too much of his kicking at all. Not that I was paying attention at kicking. Come on, it's the preseason. For goodness sake. Just get a real live professional kicker so I don't have to think about it. You know what I mean? Or we don't have to think about it. Anyways, moving on. Center Jimmy Morrissey. Okay. Safety Makari Page. Page is a tough one too because I was noticing a lot of work by Page. He did really good. Defensive lineman Jordan Riley. Yeah, I guess Jordan Riley was supposed to do something, but he didn't do much. I seen Wells Jr. try a few things, the wide receiver. Love his name, Juice Wells. Yeah, like that. But yeah, he ain't really stick out crazy like that. I guess only Colin and Washington kind of stuck out, right? And Washington, they cut him like real soon. It's crazy because I was looking at him I was like, damn, this is the new Victor Cruz. But you know what it is? It's like we Giants, like we live off the past. So like as soon as we see something that looks like, cause especially that first move that he made where he cut the two dudes, like it looked just like what he did to the Jets, right? And the Jets wanted to pick him up, like so. Well, they wanted Victor Cruz, not Washington, obviously. But when we see him do that, it was like, oh, there's got to be Victor Cruz, you know? Like we can sense it, But nah, this 2025, man. It's different. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna win that ring, but it's gonna be a different journey with these guys. completely different, and we just got to get used to that. We still like celebrate and enjoy our past. Obviously, it's amazing to have a past like we do, but we got to start looking into the future. You know what I mean? Even old heads, young heads, in between heads, all the big blue nation heads. You know what I mean? Like we just, yeah, man, let's get it done, yo. But anyways, cornerback D Williams. I mean, I seen Williams here and there, but he ain't make too much of a splash for me to notice him too much. Terminated vested veterans. Stone Forsythe. They wide receiver Lil Jordan Humphrey. That's a little bit questionable. Like what the hell happened there, right? Defensive lineman Jeremy Ledbetter. Wide receiver Mary said. Running back Jonathan Ward. I understand Morris said, but I like all I like the fact who they kept because Gunner is the guy. You know what I mean? Gunner's my man, yo. And then I understand Morris said is nice too, but if it was my choice, I would go with Gunner. Running back Jonathan Ward. And then we got wide receiver Daquan Felton. Oh, injured. Okay. Trey Hawkins. Nah, don't let go of that. I don't know, man. I feel like Trey Hawkins one of these days he gonna do something, But tight end Germany Terry. Okay. Reserve in Duminger. Eric Gray, of course. Never able to perform. I'm sorry, Eric. But like, yo, come on, bro. Like you've been hurt way too much, man. I'm coughing up that ball a lot too. So Azudu is hurt too, but it's okay. I feel like our depth in the linemen is a lot. I love this picture. Look at that. That's fire. Anyways, what we got here? We got Jackson Jordan up in the building. We got Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston. I'm really excited about Marcus Bowe as far as the offensive linemen go, but I would like to keep Jermaine, John Michael Schmitz, Andrew Thomas, and Greg Van Roten for now, I don't really want to change anything. I don't want to put Marcus Bowe for Jermaine Illuminor. Well, definitely not for Andrew Thomas, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, it's good to have him as a backup because you feel a little more comfortable if, Andrew Thomas gets hurt again, which he's been hurt the last 2 years. Not that I'm saying this year he will. But anyways, here's a new guy, Bukes Collins. Yes, you're just going to call him Blue Collins, okay? Blue Collins is fire. He had a few drops, though. That was concerning. I was a little bit concerned for him. I was like, those drops were crucial. And even the interception Russell threw after his damn near touchdown, which he should have finished as well. Everybody on the team told him he should have finished. But I guess, I don't know, misunderstanding between him and Russ, but that wasn't good neither. But Jalen Hyatt, barely making the team, my mans. Yo, Jalen Hyatt has been disappointed, but he had a touchdown in the preseason, and that's his first ever. So let's just see it in the real season, okay? Let's do it, man. Come on, Jalen, you got this. Malik Neighbors, I'm not sure why this guy made the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys let me know in the comment section because I have no idea why anybody would decide to keep Malik Neighbors on that 53-man roster. Of course, my man's Gunner, we talked about him earlier. Wan'Dale Robinson, we need something from you, man. Darius Slayton, respect. Nothing but respect. That's a real vet right there, man. He doing what needs to be done, and you can always feel comfortable with Darius Slayton. Devin Singletary, keep that ball tight. Don't you dare cough that up, Cam Scatterbo, don't you dare trip on your face. Tyrone Tracy, keep finding them holes and keep hitting them joints. You know what I'm saying? Tight ends, Daniel Bellinger. His blocking, his a little bit of a catching ability, his little bit of running ability. He's like a compact, good at everything. He's not too extreme at anything. He's just good at everything. He's good rounded. He's well rounded. Thomas Fidone, he's obviously an athlete. So this dude is going to do some fantastic stuff. I don't know. Hopefully he'll turn into a Thomas Fidone. Like a Kelsey, right? Yeah. Thomas Fidone is very athletic. That's for certain. Theo Johnson, same story. These two are gonna be obviously wide receivers as well. Then you got Chris Manhurst, of course. He's gonna do all that blocking and all that good stuff, man to man. So yeah, we all set. We all set up there. And then going to the defense, Darius Alexandra. You know, I haven't seen much of Darius Alexandra. Obviously a rookie, I'm believing. So we'll see what he does. Maybe he's not a rookie. I don't know. These guys haven't done. Listen, the guys that I don't know, that means they haven't shown me nothing, you know. And the Giants haven't shown us nothing in a long time, so you can't blame me for anything. Okay, so chill out. DJ Davidson, I'm glad that we got him instead of Chapman, even though he didn't really finish off strong in the preseason. But Davidson, Davidson is the bigger guy. I feel like is better than Chapman because he's the bigger guy. Golston, of course, we was gonna keep him. Yo, I'm excited about Golston, man. Like I used to hate him on the other side. I'm so glad he on our side. You know, Sexy Dex, Raheem Nunes. You know, what they call him, Nachos. Yeah, Nachos. And Harris. Yeah, we'll see how he does. Brian Burns, Spider Man, baby, of course. Abdul Carter, the truth, the youth. Kayvon Thibodeau, the killer, the closer. Yeah. Then we got Chris Board. So Board, look, I seen him out there. Foles, I seen him out there too. A few tackles here and there. McFadden, he had a big tackle right off the rip on the first day. Darius Masao, he's good. He's a rookie. He's growing, you know. Bobby O'Carrick, you know, he's an OG gonna do. Bobby OG, you know what I'm saying? Gonna do what he do, man. He okay. Not okay, like he way more than okay, but he okay. He gonna be all right. You know, that's what I mean. Paulson Adebo super excited, and again, like we are talking about leadership up in here, guys. Leadership. You know how important leadership is? It's everything. Okay, you don't need a Jake Fromm and a Mike Glennon as your teammates, man. You don't. No disrespect to them. You know they made their money. You know, but come on, man. But Deontay Banks, you know, we need him to step up. Corey Black, I was really impressed with Corey Black. Yeah, I'm glad we kept him. Cordell Flott, of course, yo, Flott, that's my man's, yo. I think Flott is one of the top ones. Art Green, I seen him a few things here and there, you know. I can see why. Nick Jones, I seen him too. And Drew Phillips, you know, Drew Phillips is the truth too. So the reason I skipped Nick Jones, Art Green, and Corey Black is because I really don't know. I could say Deontay Banks, he can do better for certain. Paulson Adebo, I feel like he's been doing his thing for good. And Flott's been doing this thing for certain. Art Green and Nick Jones, again, I don't know much. And Drew Phillips, I know he's a hard-header, baby. So, yeah, that's how I live, you know. And Belton is nice too, man. I like Belton. I like that we kept Dane Belton and Javon Holland. Okay, guys, Javon Holland, another key important piece in the back. Oh, what? We needed him. We needed him. We needed him. We needed Paulson Adebo. We needed more leadership. And these guys coming over there and holding it down. And then we got Tyler Nubin, a new rookie growing into that leadership. So that's great. And he's going to be behind a great leader. So that's just only going to grow him and grow everyone around him. It's just great, man. It's great, man. It's a young team. It's a growing team. And yeah, man, let's do this. Graham Gano, Jamie Gillen, you already know. Casey Kreider, who knows what, where, what, when. Guys, we are looking good. I don't know how you guys are feeling about this 53-man roster, but me, I am good. I'm glad we kept Fidone if we're going to let go of Dulcich. But if we would have let go of Fidone and Dulcich, I would have been mad. So I'm glad one of them kept. And Fidone, I would have probably kept because he's a rookie and more upside, you know. And Tommy, I knew he had to go. Picking Collins over Washington, some of the other wide receivers, it is what it is. I mean, nothing crazy. Some. I'm glad we got Gunner over Marset, I would say. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with this. Not even mad about it. I feel like they did the right thing. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think, because I gave you my thoughts. And guys, don't you dare forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody about Culture of Excellence. And as soon as these games starts, I am planning to go live. That's right, live with you. And you know, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up for certain. But until then, you guys be safe and keep doing your thing.